lots of love, but I guess I deserved it. Trying to hide, to pass you by. I'm getting down, feeling fine. I'm light as air, no one can reach me. Lost in a dream, lost in between. Let's keep on flying, let's keep on breathing. I'm falling up, I'm falling down, from the sky and from the ground. Up above, just like below, and I don't know where I should go. Cause I'm stuck in limbo. Cause I'm stuck in limbo. down the rabbit hole again. And as I fall, I can feel the pain. You can't tell me where to go, so I don't know, I just go with the flow. I go with the flow. I'm falling up, I'm falling down, from the sky and from the ground. Up above, just like below, and I don't know where I should go. 'Cause I'm stuck in limbo. I'm out of love, but I guess I deserved it. Trying to hide, to pass you by. I'm getting down, feeling fine. I'm light as air, no one can reach me. Lost in a dream, lost in between. Let's keep on flying, let's keep on breathing. I'm falling up, I'm falling down, from the sky and from the ground. Up above, just like below, and I don't know where I should go. 'Cause I'm stuck in limbo.
Good morning, everybody. Or good day. It's kind of midday here. But yeah, let's go explore some places a little bit here. But yeah, we'll go explore a little bit in the forest and go up to the big hill. There's one big hill that should have pretty good views today if it stays sunny. Have I hidden a karhu beer in the woods? Yeah, that would be a good meme. Then we definitely saw a bear in the woods. Yeah, there's a beer in Finland called, if you translate the name, it's like bear, karhu. So I might have found like a bear at some point if occasionally alongside the road here you can find some empty beer cans or something. So technically I've seen bears in the woods. put you into bike mode here. There's a little bit of the trip here that we can do with the bike, but mostly probably walking stuff. Here we can adjust the camera to the bike friendly mode. Here where the moose hunters have their cabin, there you could probably find a beer, karhu beer. Bear beer. Bear beer. You can find some bear beer there maybe. Some puddles here, so it has rained a little bit now, but still not that much. And now the neighbor has been brush cutting here the whole area, I think now. At least most of it. Yeah, it will be really interesting to see what kind of December weather we get. Last December was pretty cold, pretty damn cold actually. Same with the year before that, so we had -20 I think in both those months or both those years, and that's not really for December. It's not really that normal. Usually it's like +5 to -5 maybe, +5 to -10 maybe in December, and so far November has been pretty warm, so will be interesting to see. It would be nice if it would be a little colder, then we could maybe get some skiing. Now it's going to be very far from that. The next few days it might be +9 again, so not even close to skiing done. Oh, they have been, this area here has been, they have done the, on the other side too, the ground tilling or whatever it's called in English, where you mix the soil a little bit so it's easier to plant trees. They've done it here and here on the other side. Probably gonna plant some trees here next spring. I don't want to push too much here with the bike since I got proper winter clothes on now. And then later when we're going to do a walking and produce even less heat, so not a good time to get sweaty. road has stayed in pretty good shape this fall now because it's been really dry. Usually this time when there's almost most amount of traffic on moose hunting season. But now then it's like doesn't take as much damage if it's wet. It is. I think probably that they're gonna shoot this year, I think. Hello Indonesia, we can move over to from the biking to the walking placement for camera. Then we'll just leave the bike here for now. Go explore some places. I'm gonna check if the camera is charging. It is charging, that's good. Enjoy the relative silence of the forest. Some wind, and then there is, I think the neighbor was doing some chainsaw work in the forest also. Should be pretty calm for the most part. We'll see how the bitrate handles this area. I think here it might be, but once we go that way, it should be good. And then if we go up the big hill, then it might be a little struggle for a little bit. And then on top of the big hill, it should be really good again. Any karhu around? Maybe. We'll see if we see any. You can hear some sounds from there, but that's just the neighbor with the chainsaw. No bear sounds, at least yet. But we'll see. We'll go down there and then up there, up to the big hill there, and then come down somewhere. Do like a big loop. See what we can find. we can see moose damage. We're gonna see a bunch of that today. So here you can see this tree and the other tree, the top has been broken off. That's not the bear, it's the moose. Yeah, from here we can go in this forest, see if we can find our way like down here and then over there somewhere and then up there. See how it looks inside here. I haven't been inside this forest a lot since I did the brush cutting here a few years ago. But yeah, the trees are growing here definitely. Are there a lot of bears walking around? There are some, but I mean technically they should go to their winter hibernation soon. So I'm not really an expert when they do that, but I think we're pretty close to the time where the bears should all be like sleeping. So at least in like January, February, it should be like almost impossible to see a bear in the wild. Unless you pretty much step on the nest where they're sleeping or something like that. So yeah, it should be actually less likely as we turn into December at least. Through the forest we go. But yeah, these trees, like just 15 years ago, there was no trees here. These were planted. So this is a good specimen. It's like this thick already. Doesn't take many years and then we can come here and do some thinning. Same thing we did in another place this fall. Thinning out the forest. Yeah. Once we get the other area done, then this will probably be the next area where we will be doing thinning. Since just 3 years from now, these trees are going to be probably needing some thinning. The weather, so far the weather has been really like not bad at all. This fall has been again really dry, like the summer, and then also warm. Actually warm fall. We've had some minus degrees, but I mean, in a couple of days they're saying it's going to be +9. So yeah, the weather has been actually really warm. I wish it would have been a little bit cooler actually, and I could start skiing. But yeah, I guess for exploration like this, it's easier to walk here when there's no snow. Let's see how the connection handles this here. Is it true that mosquitoes are called mosquitoes in Finland? I mean, when you say it, if you say it with Finnish accent, it sounds like mosquitoes. But yeah, usually in December you start to get snow that stays maybe. So at least the chances go up. Yeah, this tree is completely destroyed by the moose. There's one pine that survived the moose. Don't see many of them around here. This one is pretty nice actually. Pretty nice tree. Here's like a path. Here's like a path of some animals here. Does look more like moose than bears, but there's definitely a track right there. Some animals have walked there. Here's the bridge. Here we got one big ditch here. There's some water in there, but yeah, again, it's not flowing there at all. So still on the dry side. Usually here you can always hear water flowing. Now it's pretty stagnant. But yeah, man, this area has changed a lot since I was here. Like a couple of years ago, I was here cutting down some unwanted trees, just doing like the brush cutting or like early thinning or whatever you want to call it. But now the trees are like, I think it's like 5 years ago, and the trees have pretty much doubled in size since that, maybe more. If the trees grow slowly, then it's always like, if you're not here like I don't see this forest every day, and it's always shocking how much it grows actually, even in like 1 year or a couple of years. Okay, now we're gonna try to go that way. Let's maybe go on this side of the ditch. Maybe here again looks like a path of animals here. Man, these trees are big here. They have grown really well here on the side of the ditch. That tree is like almost 15 centimeters thick. Thick trees. Yeah, this definitely, just a few years and this stuff needs thinning. And after that it was also easier to walk. It's like pretty dense stuff. Now it's probably easier to go in here a little bit. Can't really walk on the side anymore there. Find our path through here somewhere. Connection should be getting better soon also. I guess when there's more trees here now than earlier, that's not good for the signal, but should be getting to an area where we are less behind. Also, let's try not to fall. Yeah, the connection is not good. I can see it here on my phone. It's barely hanging on here. But I think you can still probably hear the sound, even if the picture is gray screening a little bit. If I stand still, then it also usually settles down a little bit. Bitrate here is actually okay. It shouldn't really be doing gray screening too much. Might be some other issues too. It's always the connection from here to my streaming software and from there to internet. So there's like at least two points of failure right there. But yeah, it is what it is. At least it's somewhat working, and we're gonna remember that we're completely in the middle of the forest here. Probably forest in each direction for a few kilometers right here, so completely in the middle of the forest. Here's a couple of birches that have survived moose. It is nice. It's for the stream. It's not the best. But yeah, I really like to walk here in the middle of the forest. Actually, it might sound almost crazy, but it's really pretty relaxing when you're walking here. Yeah, there's not too much noise here. Air is good. You don't have the constant like traffic sounds in the background, which I kind of like. So. And then you can see how the trees you planted like 15 years ago, how they're doing. That's also pretty nice to see that there is a nice forest here. And even some birches have survived, like this one. This one hasn't been destroyed by the moose. That's nice. And this one also survived. So we're trying to let this be a forest where there's like mostly the spruce tree with the needles and then some birches mixed in. Yeah, let's go more. It should get better when we go more in that direction. Finnish air is the best air I ever breathed, however you say that. As funny as that sounds. Yeah, it should be pretty good. Air should be pretty good here. In general, it can still be, even in cities here, it can be a little bit not the best. But yeah, compared to some other places, it's pretty good. There's a little water flow there, but very little. Here right on the side of the ditch, there's quite a few branches and things. So here's a path going right here. I wonder if it's like wild boars or whatever. I can clearly see that a lot of animals have traveled right here. Then they went here. Should follow the tracks. It might very well be like wild boars or something, or some other smaller animals. You kind of see where their path went. You want to marry bears? Be my guest. Be my guest. The connection should really be getting better. It's gray screen. I wonder why it's gray screen that much. Over touch should be fine with that bit rate. Maybe it's actually not that good. So we'll continue in this direction. I don't know if it's even working right now, but it should hopefully get better here in a bit. I didn't think it was going to be that bad in this area, but I guess when the trees have grown bigger, it's not the best here. At least after a little bit when we go up on the big hill, there we should have good connection. It's a little bit of a struggle here. you have boarded the struggle bus a little bit. Yeah, here clearly I can see a path going here again. There's definitely some sort of animal path right here. I can see tracks in the moss, or not tracks, but you can see the moss is like all flat. Maybe you can see it. Definitely I would say it's like wild boars, because I can maybe see some small tracks here. Looks like the tracks are not like super big. Probably wild boars. Maybe deer. Here it's really dense. You can see in the bottom it's just needles. Now we're in a little bit of an open air. Maybe it can work better here. Yeah. Trees are here where it's really good, so their trees are pretty damn big. Bigger than I expected here. Yeah, now I think we're hopefully settling down on the internet here soon. A little bit more open area here at least. A little bigger trees, so less of the underbrush thing. Yeah, it really should not be gray screening now. There's a little water like drops in the trees. Maybe some drops went in the wrong place. Maybe it's just on my end here. Yeah, try one more to get it without the backboard here. Straight in, straight, just net. Okay, we should be back. It should be better than what it is. Like we did just 100 meters here. We did a bunch of like cutting down trees earlier this year, and it was like fine, or kind of fine. But now it seems, yeah, maybe it should be getting better. It should be getting better. I also lost the ability to speak. But yeah, it's flashing the gray screen. I can see here on my own phone. It should really not be doing that. So I wonder if we got water somewhere or what's going on. It really shouldn't be doing, with this bitrate, it should really not be doing that. Maybe we got water somewhere. Let me check the cables. Look fine, feel fine. Maybe now. It shouldn't really be flashing that much. I got good enough bitrate to where it should not be flashing the gray screen. Okay, I think maybe the cables were slightly loose there. Could have been the issue. Now it's not flashing. As long as I have like even 1,000 kilobits of upload, there should be no issue with it shouldn't be doing the gray screen thing. That's only when it goes like under 1,000 kbps. Yeah, hopefully it's settled down now. It's a little, I guess this forest here is a little bit more open, so that might already make it a little better. It's when you go in those really dense areas that it might struggle quite a bit. Maybe it's when I'm walking. Also, walking is not the best. not the best for the camera or for the signal, I should say. We're gonna go here. At least when we go up on the hill there, it should be better, a lot better. But yeah, it's gonna take a little while before we get there. Up on the hill. But yeah, this stuff here, it is definitely growing. Definitely growing. Same on the other side here. So if we did the firewood there this year, the next year we'll probably continue somewhere here. Getting our firewood. This ditch is still kind of big and I need to get over this because we need to go kind of that way. Let's see if we can find a place where it's a little narrower than right here. Check this area here a bit. Yeah, some places you can see the grass is really flat on the ground. That also always looks like some animal has been sleeping there. Sleeping or resting or something. And again here, there's definitely a path here alongside the beach. For sure. For sure some animal has been walking here. There it goes again. I could try to restart the one modem because it might be stuck on when I started, like on the wrong cell tower. That could also kind of be the and getting a few drops from the screen. Nice either. My phone in my pocket before I jump. Yeah, try one more to get it without the backboard here. Straight in, straight, just net.
Oh yeah.
First try. There it goes, I think. I see the straws moving. It's gonna come out there now. There it goes. There it is again. If you see it this time, there it goes. Right there. Bunch of snow here on the roof. One thing I could try, because my cell phone should be providing a secondary connection, but I think someone said that if it's pretty much not providing anything. So here if you can see, cell phone provides like 2 kbps and the modem in the backpack provides 1500 right now. I think I'm gonna shut off the hotspot in the phone, because someone said if the one is really bad, like it's basically providing nothing, the cell phone right now, then it might drag down the other one. Let's try that. This would be a good spot to try it, because if it gets considerably better because of that, then I know. Yeah, try one more to get it without the backboard here. Straight in, straight, just net. First try. There it goes, I think. I see the Swedish cross moving. It's gonna come out there now. There it goes. There it is again. Did you see it this time? There it goes. Right there. Bunch of snow here on the roof. Not so much on the fields. Maybe 25 centimeters on the fields. Whoa. Did you see that, guys? We had our mini avalanche. It came all down from that roof. Yep, here comes the sun. And then you can obviously sharpen this with a file. I sharpen this usually every second fuel tank. Okay, now we come to a little bit older trees. These are like planted, like you can count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I think these are like 6 years ago planted, 5 years, 6 years ago. And here I have been with the brush cutter already once and cleared up a bit. So here you can clearly see the trees already. We can check actually for the lingonberries. Here's a few small ones, but I have a few areas that should have quite a lot of lingonberries, but might go and check them out. Yeah, try one more to get it without the backboard here. Straight in, straight, just net. First try. There it goes, I think. I see the Swedish cross moving. It's gonna come out there now. There it goes. There it is again. Did you see it this time? There it goes. Right there. Bunch of snow here on the roof. Not so much on the fields. Maybe 25 centimeters on the fields. Whoa. Did you see that, guys? We had our mini avalanche. It came all down from that roof. Yep, here comes the sun. Okay, we might be back again. Yeah, I think it's actually the phone that's providing all the internet we have today. It seems like the modem in the backpack is doing pretty much nothing, unfortunately. It should be doing better than this. I did restart the modem in the backpack, but now both are pushing a little bit at least. Hopefully it's getting better now. It's saying if you're pushing like 1 to 2000 bitrate, that should be fine. That should be more enough to keep the stream going, but it's a little rough here. A little rough with the connections. But it will be interesting when we go there and up the hill. On the top of the hill it should be really good. So then we can really see if it's just that the connection is bad here or if it's actually something in the setup. It's maybe a little bit better now. It's a little bit more open right here. Could be a little better. But yeah, it's always a little struggle in the forest. Here it could help to have like 4 connections or something. Then I think it would work here. Yeah, now the one connection is the backpack. Now the backpack is pushing again and the wireless is almost pushing nothing. Interesting. Now the bitrate seems to be getting better. 3000, 4000. So yeah, maybe for some reason the connection gets a little better here. It might be like there's a big hill there. When we go here we might actually be like on the side of that big hill and then it might be better because of that. It's really, when you're in a forest like this, it's really going 100 meters can completely change the signal. And then always a stationary camera would be like a lot better, but pretty hard to have a stationary camera when I kind of need to walk around when we're walking here. Can't really leave the camera, walk, then somehow teleport the camera. But yeah, we're gonna start heading that way soon. Then when we go just when we go up the big hill, then it can be bad for a little bit again. But on the top of the big hill, it should be very, very good actually. Any mushroom guys here? What's this mushroom? There seems to be a lot of this one here. It's kind of frozen, so it's kind of bad, but looks like this, and then it looks like this on the underside. Is this like an edible one or not? There's like a lot of it here. Or a decent bit. Some sort of mushroom. Gotta try one more to get it without the backboard here. Straight in, straight, just net.
Oh yeah!
First try, first try. And there it goes, I think. I see the straws moving. It's gonna come out there now. There it goes. There it is again. I wonder if actually my camera ports are going bad. Because it should not be switching that easy, I think. Maybe it's just the signal that's very bad. Was that an edible? I was asking chat. I don't know if it was an edible one. Maybe, maybe not. I didn't try it either. Yes, like there's even no in the ditch. It's dry to the bottom still. But yeah, now we can go that way because I think the border somewhere here where this is the farm's forest and that's the neighbor's forest. Of course we can walk through here too, but I think it's about the same. Should be about the same to walk. Which side we choose. This side might be, could be slightly better for connection. Maybe do a little loop from here. Might be slightly better for connection over there. Maybe ever so slightly better. But yeah, somewhere here is where the border goes. I think it's like right there. And that's this area we will be doing more cutting down of trees next winter. Already done all the cutting we need to do this winter. What kind of connection do you use for the computers? They are also on like wireless at the farm. So I mean, sometimes those connections can also struggle. But I think today it's just the connection from here to the computers that's struggling. Now I see, now we have good bitrate, 6,000. Now there should be no issues. So I think, yeah, the big hill there is the issue, because when we came from there, the further we come this way, the better the connection gets. So here it works perfectly fine, no issues. Go 100 meters that way and it's really struggling. It's like when I have a pretty good like idea where on the farm the 4G is good and where it's bad, because when I stream everywhere here on the farm, slowly but surely you like work out which are the good areas and which are the bad areas. Here it seems so, yeah, next year it seems we started over there, it's kind of bad there, but the more we come this way, it should be getting better. It seems like that. Now we're pushing 10,000 bitrate. So yeah, a couple more years before we have tinned all this area out here. If it grows, we'll see next year how much we need for it to get that 20 cubic meters, but if it just goes a little bit, then we might actually sell some of this wood. Because this area we definitely need, or it does need tinning. And then the other areas, the spruce areas, they pretty much need tinning very soon too. But yeah, we don't have, it would be nice to get like fiber at the farm, like a fiber connection, but it's not possible. The best we can get is pretty much like 4G or 5G. But my brother even tried the 5G in his phone, and it was actually worse than the 4G. No, 5G would be worse, I'm pretty sure. At least at the farm he tried with the phone. He had like a 5G SIM card and a 5G phone, and it was actually worse than the 4G. Because at the farm we have 4G, but there's like an antenna for the 4G, so it's actually pretty good for 4G. Usually, then once in a while it struggles also. But then you will really see it. Then it's usually when it starts to drop frames. Then we know it's on the problem is on the computer end. It's possible, just very expensive. Yeah, we need to pull like 5 kilometers of fiber. Put 5 kilometers of fiber in the ground. That would be kind of expensive. I think they had like a plan of doing it when they put like water lines in the ground. And at the same time as they put the water lines, they were thinking about putting fiber in the same place. But unfortunately, they didn't do it at the time. So. But I mean, Starlink would be possible, but Starlink really doesn't have that good upload. From what I've seen, Starlink is maybe like 2,000 upload, 3,000. So it would be worse than the connection that we have now. It would maybe be more reliable, kinda, maybe. But it's actually the upload is pretty slow on the Starlink. What bears? We might have some bears somewhere around here. But yeah, the fiber it's actually a really weird thing because a few years ago they actually did, like along the main road, they put down a fiber cable there. But then we asked, like, I think it was Telia or whoever it was that put it in the ground. But then it's like some sort of army cable or something. So there is like a fiber cable in the ground, like maybe half a kilometer from the farm. But it's like no one is allowed to use it. It's just for the army or something. Like that's actually really weird. I'm not like 100% sure, but I'm pretty sure when they put the cable in the ground, like it really looked like they put like a fiber cable in the ground, but no one is like allowed to use it. It's really weird. It's like conspiracy theories. Maybe it's for the aliens. But that's actually really, really weird, because I'm pretty sure they put down, there's like even a sign where the cable ends, and I'm pretty sure it said like fiber or something. But yeah, it's really weird. Like, what other reason would there be to put a cable in the ground and then nobody can use it? Maybe it's some sort of like backup line for emergencies. I don't know. But yeah, at least we can't get fiber at the farm. That I'm pretty sure. But yeah, it's fine. Like now in this place, now the connection is fine. Like no problems. But as I said, 100 meters that way, basically non-functioning. But yeah, you definitely map the 4G coverage really well when you walk around in the forest. You really know where the good 4G is and where the bad is. As you saw in this stream. Very bad there. Here, no problem. And it's basically all because of a big hill right there. So now when we get closer to the hill here, I think it's gonna get worse first. And then when we climb to the top of the hill, then it's gonna be like probably 13,000 bitrate. Yeah, it's good now, but I see it's getting worse now again. Over there it was like over 10,000, now we're like 8,000. When I stopped here it was like 3,000. So it's gonna get worse here for maybe 10 minutes, 20 minutes, and then when you climb up the hill there, at the top it should be like very good. But that's welcome to the streamer world. It's always the connection kind of limits a little bit what you can do, but it's like all in all, it's pretty good because, I mean, we're in the middle of the forest now and it's kind of working. So all in all, it's still pretty good. I mean, some spots for sure, the only thing that really works is if I have like a stationary camera, then it would probably work in those bad spots too. Because I can still get like 1000 bit rate. That's still decent if you can have like a stationary camera. But yeah, when you move around, it's the connection gets kind of worse a little bit. And here's a lot of flat grass here, probably more moose areas around here. Moose areas or wild boars or something. Now we're down to 3000 bit rate. As long as we stay over 1000, it should be good. But then when it gets under 1000, then it starts to really struggle. But yeah, I want to climb up here because if the sun comes out, it should be a really nice view from the top of the hill. We should just go this way straight now. It should be should go up the hill there. And then the rest I'm gonna go then up the hill and down on the other side there. It should be good there too. We're not gonna come back down here to the worst spots. Again, we need to get over this ditch here. This could be a struggle. It's kind of wide. It's much narrower here. I don't have my watertight boots, so I can't just walk over the ditch. We need to do a little bit of jumping to keep our feet somewhat dry. Now it should be all uphill from here. Again, more really clear. Here's like a really clear path for some animals. You can really see that there's a path here. I wonder if it's like wild boars or... This is really well defined here. And it's definitely not any humans because not a lot of people walk around here. Really, really well defined path. I don't see any like crap that I could determine what it is, but probably some sort of smaller animal. Probably not the moose. Could be the moose. There's like some crap, but that's not on the path. Oh, this mushroom, I think, it's probably frozen, so probably not edible. I believe this one is like a chanterelle. This one you could probably eat. I mean, it looks like it feels like it's been frozen already, so probably not the best to eat, but this one you could probably eat. My mushroom knowledge is pretty low. I know probably know like 5 mushrooms. I think this is the chanterelle. This one you can eat. And then I know a few really common poisonous ones. Yeah, I haven't seen a lot of these. Uphill, let's go this way somewhere. Now we're really closely behind the big hill, so here it might be struggling a little bit. There's a really old tree that has fallen down. You can see a bunch of animals has been eating probably worms from inside of it. Probably woodpeckers and things like that. You can see how it's been eaten quite a bit there. Looks pretty nice actually. I'll take a peek. This is why it's good to leave some old trees, some big trees, and then if they fall down you just leave them. There's definitely some animals that thrive on those old big dead trees. Here's like a different kind of mushroom. Oh, that one went into pieces. Oh, those are all mushy. I think it's been minus degrees a few nights, so the mushrooms are pretty much like destroyed. Not much that you could actually eat, I think. Because I think when the mushroom, when it like freezes and then thaws, it's like becomes like pretty much uneatable. Okay, I see the big uphill is starting here. I'll probably climb like a little bit, maybe 10 meters, but there's probably another 15 to go. Starting to open up. It should be like bedrock on the top here, so it's going to really open up soon. No trees. It's keeping it together now, which is nice. Should just be getting better from here. Let's go this way. But yeah, I've seen a couple of streamers, they've had like, even when they're walking outside like this, they have like the Starlink dish on their backpack. So I guess in areas like that, I guess if I would have the Starlink there, it could probably maybe help a little bit. I mean, you're still inside the trees, so I don't know how good it is in places like that, but could be good. Yeah, now we got a big uphill. It goes all the way up to the top there. Now it's just bedrock with moss on it. Just a few trees here and there. This is such a big downhill here. You could start like have like a downhill skiing area right here. In the winter when you get a little snow here, it's kind of a big hill. It starts up there, and then if you'd cut the trees away there, it continues for another probably 10 meters there. But yeah, it's rained a little bit, so the moss on the bedrock here is actually really slippery. Pretty much like stepping on a soap all the time. Moss and lichen, especially the lichen is like, when you step on this, it's like, when it's wet, it's like super sleepy. When it's dry, it's not sleepy at all, but yeah, now I see bitrate coming up. Soon we're gonna be at max bitrate. Yeah, all the way to the top we're gonna go there. If we can find places where we have enough traction. Here there's almost, I'm gonna try to step on the bedrock and not on the lichen. Then we should not be slipping too much. Here I see like moose crap, deer crap in a lot of places. And over there. Some chocolate candies everywhere. Sun is trying. We'll see when I go to the top if we can. It was completely clear when I started to come here. Now there's some clouds have rolled in. Would look really nice if we would get some sunshine when we're at the top here. We might have to wait a little bit here until we get sunshine, if it's at all possible. Yeah, it's pretty steep here actually. Probably like 30 degrees up or something, 35. And then when you got the slippery stuff, if you slip you could basically slide down on the moss. and you get these really weird rocks. It's like all flat bedrock, and then all of a sudden here's like these chunks, flat chunks on the ground. Again, someone would say aliens. Looks really out of place. I say probably Ice Age. Oh yeah, now we're pretty much above the trees almost. And still a bit to go. Yeah, as soon as you step on the lake, it's like sounds wet and it is really slippery. Oh yeah, there's the top. So up to the this is probably the highest area right here. Like relatively close to the farm. This is probably the highest point. Maybe 30 meters higher than the farm. Or maybe more. And something like that. But yeah, you can see over the trees very far in that direction. Probably like 20 kilometers in that direction. Same with over there. I see really, really far actually. And sun it's almost out. Damn clouds. And the weather forecast was saying that it's going to be more clouds in the morning, and this time it should be almost fully clear. It doesn't really look like that. Still looks cool, and this is a pretty cool place. Really high up. Some pretty nice views. And that moss there looks kind of out of place. Somebody else been here and ripping up the moss. But yeah, this is not the farm's ground anymore here, but I mean, right here it could be nice to have like a little cabin here. You would have pretty nice views from here. I mean, the only downside is we can look like that tree was struck by lightning. Over there's a couple that was struck by lightning. This one potentially struck by lightning. So it's this is like literally the highest point here. So when you get thunder, these are the trees that the thunder will strike down in. Definitely not an area where you want to be when it's thunder. But yeah, when we go down, we're going to go down that way and then turn from there. Then we should be in mostly good areas for the connection. We don't want to go down back in the really tough areas. Yeah, I was going to chill here a little bit. So, one of my favorite spots right here, at least close to the farm. Some other good spots too, but this is. We don't really have like if this would be still like maybe 10-15 meters higher, then you could actually see very, very far and over the trees. I mean, you can see over there, you can see over the trees, and we're pretty much at the height of the trees, of the treetops now. So. 20-25 meters higher than the surrounding areas. But yeah, this is a very nice place, very nice looking place, I think. A very peaceful place also. and no bears so far. Saw some crap from other animals, but I don't think there was any bear crap or even wolf crap. Now we're pushing pretty much 13,000 bit rate, so kind of maxing out. But yeah, we can slowly start to go down. We came up there, we're gonna start to go down in this direction somewhere. See if we can find a good route down. Not to go in the really steep places. This tree also has woodpeckers have been going after this tree after it died. I'm sure when the tree dies, there's like a bunch of bugs that go inside the tree, and then the woodpeckers go after the bugs. You can see it's been like chewed up quite a bit. A few more years like that, and then the whole tree falls down. There's another dead tree. Some of these pines here on the top have died. It's been like extremely dry summers now for many years, so I think even the pines have died here. They usually survive pretty well in the dry conditions, but even it's been too much for them even here at the top of the hill, which is a pretty damn dry area. Yeah, so this is going to be kind of a struggle here to get down. We don't want to go to this, there's like a steep drop off right there, but maybe here we can somewhere sneak our way down. Sneak our way down the steps. Yeah, this, if you were here for last Friday when we did the rock quarry stream, and I mean this area here looks kind of similar, but I'm pretty sure this is all nature. But it looks there, it looks pretty like 90 degrees there. It looks like someone has mined some rocks from there, but I believe this is all natural. Looks kind of similar to the rock quarries we saw last Friday. Like right here, it's like, this isn't really 90 degrees, but it's like straight down and somewhat non-natural looking like shapes. I mean, it is natural, but looks kind of unnatural. Or maybe it's the human mind interprets it as non-natural shapes when it's too geometrically correct. But yeah, this area here, it looks like we're in northern Finland somewhere. When it's like this much lichen on the bedrock, this looks like northern Finland more than southern Finland. So much bedrock that there's not even a ton of trees here. Here's actually a stack of rocks. I believe this could be man-made. This stack of rocks here. I believe there's like a border here between two neighbors. This same line continues past the farm's forest there. I think it just goes here and then it goes somewhere over there. But this is how they marked in the good old days, how they marked where the borders are. I don't really know what tools they used to measure it out, but then they marked the borders with like rock piles like this. They didn't have, when they made that, they didn't have GPS in the phone. Or any kind of really like modern GPS things. Yeah, like this here, it's like perfectly straight. Straight edges. Go that way now. Easier to walk where it's like this moss, then it's the green stuff, the green moss. Then it's usually not slippery underneath because it grows on like dirt. But the lichen, the light stuff, the almost white stuff, gray stuff, that usually grows on like bedrock, and then it can be like really slippery. That's a big anthill right there. Exactly the shape of an anthill. I'm sure it's like a Rapakivi thing. Looks like a big anthill. It's probably all gravel. Dirt on top and gravel underneath. Few days when I was walking the forest somewhere, I did come up like on a few like hares or rabbits. Then they were just 10 meters away, and then all of a sudden they run away. So I mean, hares like that you can pretty easily like surprise or get pretty close to, but yeah, the other animals seem to be more. There's not that many of them around, and then they also are much more skittish. The hares, they always first try to just stay still, just hidden, and then when you're really close, then they run away. Here we can feel the wind even. On the top there they could feel the wind a little bit there too. On the very, very, very top. Here's also a little bit of a path. You can very easily see on the moss or lichen like this, if there's a path, then it like the moss or lichen, it grows very slowly. So if you drive a 4x4 or something and leave tracks, then on lichen like this, it's gonna stay there for a long time. There's a little bit like somebody has walked here or maybe driven with some machinery or something. I don't really know what the growth speed of this is. I'm pretty sure it grows really, really slowly. Maybe 1 millimeter per year. Maybe less. So this could be really old even. Some old stuff. There was lichen on top of bedrock. We almost flew over backwards. I mean, I got my backpack on so it would soften the blow if I fall backwards, but I really don't want to do it because then it would also smash everything that's in the backpack. Then it could be game over for the stream. Rather not do that. But yeah, now the setup seems to be working now again. So I believe the only issue we had there in the low areas was just not enough internet connection, or internet connection was not fast enough. But it was almost working there. It was right on the edge. Just a little bit. If I would have 1 or 2 more connections, like internet connections, then it would probably work just fine even there. Because it was still pushing like 1,000 bits, at least the one connection. So if I would have 1 or 2 more of those, then it would pretty much work anywhere on the farm. Pretty much. Maybe there's some like complete dead spots, but not many. At this point we have almost been everywhere on the farm, at least everywhere on the fields. So on the fields it pretty much works everywhere. There's like one corner that's really bad, but otherwise all the fields are pretty good for the cell connection. And here you can clearly see, here's somebody been with a bike or something. That looks kind of fresh even. Like right there, you can see it goes there. Someone has clearly been riding a bike there. Maybe e-bike or something. And here's like, this looks like quad track here, where all the moss has been worn off. And it's gone somewhere there. So yeah, it doesn't take too much to get it to look like this even. Just a little quad traffic, or yeah, even with an e-bike, especially now when the moss is like wet. If you rip around here with an e-bike, it's gonna be some clear tracks afterwards for sure. But yeah, it's of course doesn't really matter much. Like there's plenty of lichen here around. It's not like it's endangered or anything. Yeah, it goes here and there. I think we should arrive out on the big road soon. Then we can walk backwards, somewhere back to the bike. Maybe check a little bit of the forest there still. Maybe we can go in here and then go in the other forest on the other side and walk a little loop there. It should be okay there too. Connection is still fine. check the one really good blueberry area. We didn't pick really much blueberries this year because there wasn't really much, or there wasn't many blueberries in the forest, but on some good years, and this forest in front here, this is a really good blueberry area. That looked like something, but I believe it's just like roots from a stump that fell over. Almost looks like something. Yeah, this is usually pretty good blueberry grounds. Looks like it's maybe fading away a little bit. It's usually like they did the thinning in this forest maybe 10 years ago now or something. And a few years after that is usually when you have the best blueberry years or bilberry years. So it's been so long since that now, and I think the bilberries are probably fading a little bit. Hello there, Bamsey. I'm sure if we get a rainy summer next year, which I really hope, then we might be picking a lot of blueberries from this area. Still pretty good area for the bilberries or blueberries to grow. You can see there could be that one other berry that kind of looks like blueberries, but it's not blueberries or bilberries even. Might be too late for them too, but this is the suopursu thing again. So if you rub these leaves, this is the like really good smell. Here's a bunch of it. It kind of grows in swamps, but it gives the swamps a really specified smell, which is also really good. This is really, you'd probably make, if you're some celebrity, then you could take this smell, make it into a perfume or something and sell it for like millions. It smells good, like really good. Yeah, there's maybe a few berries. They're like udon. They're frozen so many times that they're not really edible anymore. But I don't really know what's in English. But it's a berry that looks like blueberries or bilberries. Grows in like these more swampy areas. But yeah, this is the. It's like a fresh. It smells like. almost like lemon, but then you add in like some forest smell plus lemon smell. If I would have to describe how this smells. It's really good. Love some good nature aromas. Yeah, that's the thing. Like it's usually people that maybe are not super much in the nature. They think like it smells bad in nature, or swamps like that they smell bad or something. But I mean, I gotta be honest. When I've been in the forest, it never smells bad. Like never. I've never had the like feeling in the forest that man, it smells bad here in this forest. Unless you're pretty much like, even if you're standing close to like crap of moose or something, it doesn't really smell, honestly. Like they poop everywhere here, but you really don't smell it. Which is, I mean, in one way you would think that it would smell, because yeah, all the animals, they just crap everywhere here. But it's honestly, it doesn't really smell. It doesn't smell bad ever, pretty much. Bog bilberry. Okay, well that should be easy enough to remember. Bilberry, and then you got the pretty similar thing that grows in swamps or bogs. Bog bilberry. For once, a name that makes sense. Or logically makes sense. I'm sure, like if you would find like let's say a dead moose somewhere, a moose that died of natural causes like a couple of days ago, and then you walk really close to that, then probably it smells bad. Like it's for sure it's possible, but it's like 99.9% of the time it's not gonna smell bad. Ah, some lingonberries still left. Not many lingonberries this year either. Let's see how this tastes. Seems pretty firm. It's been freezing a few times, so they usually get squishy when it's minus, but yeah, actually, if we find any lingonberries, they seem to be edible. I think the lingonberry, of all the berries, the lingonberry, it can even take some minus degrees. It doesn't get destroyed immediately. Yeah, tastes like fine. Some fine lingonberries. Yeah, I haven't found like a corpse, but once I found like a complete skeleton of a moose. But it had been there for a long time because just the bones were left. But that was pretty cool. Kinda cool to find all the like, when I saw the skull, you could see the jawbone. That's really easy to determine that it was a moose when I saw the like jawbone. But that's happened like once, and it was just the bones that were left. They've probably been there for a few years. A lot of lingonberries here. Or not a lot, but enough to get a little snack. The lingonberries actually get a little bit more. They get a little bit sweeter after they freeze a couple of times. They're usually pretty sour. Now they pretty much taste like lingonberry jam. See if we can get up the hill. The lichen is really slippery. Slippery and wet. Slippery when wet, as they say. And sun is, it's almost out. Oh yeah, then it can be pretty disgusting if you come across a pretty fresh like corpse. That can be pretty hasn't happened to me ever, but yeah, I believe that then it could be kind of gross or creepy or whatever you want to call it. But yeah, if an animal dies in nature, then it doesn't take too long for the corpse to like decompose. So yeah, just a few months or something, and then there's pretty much nothing left but the bones. I mean, I guess if something would die in the winter, then it would probably take longer, but then the corpse could be frozen again, and then it doesn't really smell again. Here's like a barrel in the middle of the forest. I think they had like some sort of shooting range here at some point. There's like a chair and a barrel in the middle of the woods here. Oh, it's not that far from the road, but yeah, I believe they shot some shotgun shells here. Barrel is kinda empty. I believe they did some shotgun shelling here. A bunch of shotgun shells. So yeah, this is not really the way to do it. Leave all the empty shells in the forest. Damn hunters. They probably sat there, somebody sat there on the chair and then just shot with the shotgun. A bunch of empty shotgun shells. But yeah, this is not in the farms forest, but yeah, this is not really how you want to do it if you're a hunter, like leave all the trash behind. Not the way to do it. But yeah, even in here in the middle of the nowhere in the forest, you can find some things, some shotgun shells and a chair. And I mean, yeah, we're like 30 meters away from the road, so that's probably why there can be some stuff. Here's a lot of these like really small mushrooms. Whatever this is, like it's really tiny. It's full of them here. Really tiny mushrooms. Super tiny. Okay, here we're gonna come across some denser stuff. I think we can try to go out back to the road here. I think they still can make you dead. Yeah, for sure. If they're poisonous and if you eat many of them, then for sure it's gonna be game over. That's probably some old chanterelles there. There's maybe a few. So yeah, there's not like a lot of other poisonous stuff in Finland. There's really no poisonous spiders or other bugs. There's like one snake that's slightly poisonous, but yeah, mushrooms. That's like there's a lot of poisonous mushrooms around. That's probably quite a bit of poisonous mushrooms around. So those could be kind of dangerous. If you just eat everything that you see randomly, then probably the mushrooms would be the things that get you. And here's a ditch, and then the road is pretty close there. Yeah, we don't really have anything else that's poisonous. Pretty much like the mushrooms that are poisonous, and one snake that's kinda poisonous, but it's still not like super dangerous. Bad berries. Not really in nature, I would say. There's like we have one berry bush at the farm that's actually poisonous, but I don't like in nature. I don't think the berries really are poisonous. The natural berries that grow around here. Yeah, there's one, it's like the Liljakon Valley. That one has like white berries. Those you should probably not eat. There's probably a few that could be bad. But yeah, mostly I would say mushrooms probably. Now we're back to the road at least. We'll see if we can still find the bike. Here the connection starts to get a little worse again when we get down the hill. Especially we're going to go down here and then up, then at the bottom there it could be bad. Yeah, we could take a little look here. Here's a really prime example of like moose damage, like a lot of moose damage. You can see this one has been chewed. This one has been chewed. Like pretty much every pine here has been chewed by moose. So I think back here we have a bunch more moose than at the other area where there's also like forest. Because yeah, if you see, here we planted like there's a little corner here that's the bedrock is really close here, so it's not really good for spruce or birch or anything like that. So here we planted actually pine, and you can see like all the pines are pretty much destroyed. Like this one heavily chewed on, like not dead, but like none of these trees are really gonna produce any quality wood in the future. We have some deadly birds in Finland, but no one has died from eating them in 50 years. Okay, so they're not super poisonous then, I guess. But yeah, this here is a prime example why we don't plant a lot of pine. You can see when you have a lot of moose and you plant pine, this is what you end up with. Pretty ugly trees that really don't. They grow a little bit and then the moose eats everything away, and then they try to grow and then it's kind of hopeless. I mean, this area here, it was planted at the same time as this area. As the spruces there, you can see the spruces are probably like 6 meters tall. And all these pines are maximum 2 meters here. They've been heavily chewed on. This very corner here, this is like a horrible example of how it can look. And it would be, imagine you had all your forest and it would all be like this. Like in some places it's as bad as this. Luckily it's just a little corner here, and you can see there's spruce coming in naturally and some birch, and I mean it will be some kind of forest, but not a lot of nice spruce here, or not nice pine. There's one that's become bigger, there's another one, but it's like maybe 4 or 5 trees are good, and then 90% are destroyed. This is why we don't plant a lot of pine. This right here this is how they look. Like it's 10 years since this was planted. You can see it's like all kinds of destroyed. Forming like many tops and chewed off everywhere, and horrible. Yeah, just one after another destroyed. Birches have fared almost better. They came in naturally, but they look better. Spruces look better. Moose don't eat spruce really, but yeah, the pines, man, they're all destroyed here. Thank God, we just put a small area here. There's a couple more there, like small areas. We tried to put some pine for like diversity, but it's kind of hopeless. Maybe some of these trees will become something, but pretty much a lost cause. There's one pine, a couple, maybe 3 that are okay there. They haven't been completely destroyed. You would somehow have to get them to that big and a little bigger, then they're kind of safe from the moose. But when they're small like this, then they just get chewed on every year. Maybe some of these, maybe there's some that come in naturally here, maybe a few will survive. Yeah, this one looks more or less okay. Same with that one. This one, kinda okay. There's a couple that's okay. Yeah, a couple of birches have also been snapped off. The top has been snapped off here. There must be like a few mooses that have their feeding area right here. Then as soon as you go into the spruces that we planted, they're like completely fine. No issues there at all. not really much will grow here in some places because yeah, the bedrock is really close here. Basically some moss on top of the bedrock. And right here and over there it's really fertile again. There's a few that have survived. A few. And there's one tree that actually died. Top was broken off and then it has actually died. But yeah, there seem to be like spruce coming up naturally. Probably from the neighbor's forest there, like got some free seeds from there. So it will be some forest, but yeah, this one is like 5 to 10 years now behind the rest of the forest. When it comes in, everything pretty much comes in naturally. But yeah, it is what it is. Not the best soil there either, so it's not going to produce that much in the future in any case. Here you might remember this was where we cut down some firewood further in the forest. Here's where we hauled it out with the tractor. Main haul road right here. Pretty good here. Some muddy spots there where it left a little bit of ruts, but like here it only like flattened the grass basically. Pretty much no damage to the soil. Which again is this time of the year it's really shocking that you can drive in the forest with the tractor and almost cause no damage. But yeah, that's why I mostly like to pick berries because they're pretty safe. And the bilberry and bog bilberry and lingonberry, like those are the most common ones also. Pretty easy to pick. Can't really go wrong. Like there's not really much that looks the same. Oh, here's a random bike. That's nice. Random bike in the forest. Let's put you guys in bike mode. There's somebody else making firewood too, it sounds. Chainsaw sounds. Yeah, I planted a few bikes there. Planted a few small bikes, and then this one grew into a big bike. Maybe if you put a few nuts and bolts in the ground, then it grows into a bike. Isn't it that how it works? Yeah, that's what I thought. That's how it works. Clearly. Yeah, this area right here where it's like a long straight road. Once when I think I rode a moped or something here, and I saw like a couple of foxes run over the road actually. And then a little bit further down the road there, I once saw what is it called again? Not a hedgehog, but not a groundhog either. One of those things that they dig like a hole in the ground and then they live in there. Have like tunnels underground. But yeah, on a road like this here, there's not a bunch of traffic if you ride around here or even walk here and don't have a lot of sound. Then there's potential to see, oh yeah, I've also seen a moose on this road. So this road is probably the one road I've seen the most of the bigger animals. No, now I remember. Badger. I saw a badger once. They're pretty common here, but like I've seen one once, like a badger. For sure we have moles also. But those, again, moles I've only seen dead ones. Like they're always in the ground pretty much, so you don't really see them. And the one I've seen, like a dead one once, it was just laying on top of the ground. And then I've seen probably like a raccoon dog a few times. That's a really common animal around here. and a lynx once. So really the only animals I've not seen is like I've not seen a bear, I've not seen a wolf. Those I've not seen live. But yeah, moose and deer you see, at least deer you see every year. They're like everywhere. There's the sun. Of course now when we're not up on the hill, now we get the sun back out. Who could have guessed that? Yeah, lynx, it's pretty rare to see those, but yeah, it once I was at the farm and then I just happened to see out the window and then it just basically ran past in the, like crossed the field. That was really lucky. And then I went outside and actually took a picture of the tracks, so I'm sure I have seen lynx tracks also once. They're pretty similar like to a dog. It's not that easy to see the difference between like a big dog and lynx, I think. Unless you're like an expert. Yeah, they probably have a lynx there. I've been to the Korkeasaari Zoo, yeah, once. It's a long time ago. More like when I was a kid, but there they probably have, or they have a decent selection of animals. There's the sun. And it's almost going down already. It's like 2:30. I think the sun goes down maybe 4 p.m. right now. And then the days are gonna get shorter for about a month, I think. And then the days get longer again. But yeah, if you would get a little snow, that would already help a lot with the darkness. It is. It's a pretty rare sunny day in November. November is probably one of the cloudiest, darkest months of the year actually here. So it's really nice to have a nice day like this. We get a lot of these in the summer, but late fall, early winter is usually when it's kind of the darkest and gloomiest. So definitely need to make sure that every day like this you try to be outside as much as possible when there is some sun. We'll go a little off-road again. Probably lower the camera. There's kind of a path going here, but it's not good enough to ride the bike really on. Pretty much just an area where there is no trees, but there's no road made here. Bunch of birds here. I can hear all kinds of bird sounds. A ton of them flying there. There's still some birds, like in the winter. It's weird, those small birds that we have a lot in the winter, or not a lot, but some. I don't know if they are here in the summer, because you never see them in the summer. You only see them kind of in the winter, like the winter birds. I wonder. And then of course some birds you only see in the summer and then they go away for winter, but it seems like those small birds, it's almost like they arrive here in winter. I don't know. I don't know if they do or if they're just more hidden in the summer. It's mostly like those pretty small birds, maybe like 5 centimeter long, 5 to 10 centimeters long birds, like small birds. All the big birds pretty much go away, like swans and geese and things like that. The crows definitely stay all year round. You can hear their the whole year. Yeah, we just gotta soak in the sun here. Get that D vitamin, or which you get. I think it's a D vitamin you get from the sun. Looks nice here. Probably not so nice on camera. You can probably not see much when the sun is shining. There's like this weird mist or something also. Maybe it's just moisture. Is it really dark almost all December? Well, most of December, because I think it's like, is it 20th of December or something that's officially the shortest day. So yeah, it's pretty dark in December. I mean, yeah, if we get snow, then it's like then it's like there's more light, or at least it feels like it. But it's not. I've not really ever had like a lot of issues with it being like kind of dark. I know a lot of people get like really depressed and stuff. But yeah, to me it feels almost like more cozy, especially if you have snow and then it's kind of dark. It's like you get that cozy feeling, especially when you're like indoors. So I don't think it's too bad. But yeah, it depends. Yeah, I think it's nice to have like different, like, so you have like winter, spring, summer, fall. Like there's different periods of the year. Like if it's the same all the time, then it's, even if that would be sunny, then it's like you can't really enjoy the good times if you don't have a little bit of the bad times. Seasons, that's the word. It's good that we actually have like 4 seasons here. Even if spring usually is like really short, it goes usually from winter and then boom, 2 weeks, and then it's like hot and summer. But still it's like, yeah, nice to have some different seasons. Now, if we could just get snow, it would be really nice, and I could ski. I already did skiing, believe it or not. I did ski on that field a couple of weeks ago, or 10 days ago. So we did some skiing already, but as I kind of expected, that snow was more of that come and go snow. So it definitely did not stay, just stayed for a few days. And then now it doesn't look for the next 10 days forward. It doesn't look like there's going to be any snow. It's way too warm now. Maybe at the end of the month, maybe. But yeah, usually then in December at some point we get snow that stays. But yeah, it really depends on the year. Last year we got snow this time, and that snow then stayed for the whole winter. So it really depends. There's a lot of difference from one year to another. So yeah, we could have snow for like 5 months, almost 5 months, but then we could also have snow for like 2 months. Really depends. But yeah, I think that's gonna be it for today. Probably we got some of that sun. Let's soak in some more sun before it goes down still. And then yeah, I'll be back next time again. We'll see. I have no idea what we're gonna stream yet, but something. But yeah, see you next time. Bye bye.
I am here in the middle of nowhere. There is no there, it is cold there, but I am safe and I am warm. Although it's hard, I know I gotta keep up. No time to lay, to drift away. I fill my space, I spend my time down the rabbit hole again. And as I fall, I can feel the pain. You can't tell me where to go, so I don't know, I just go with the flow. I go with the flow. I'm falling up, I'm falling down, from the sky and from the ground. Up above, just like below, and I don't know where I should go. 'Cause I'm stuck in limbo. I'm out of love, but I guess I deserved it. Trying to hide, to pass you by. I'm getting down, feeling fine. I'm light as air, no one can reach me. Lost in a dream, lost in between. Let's keep on flying, let's keep on breathing. I'm falling up, I'm falling down, from the sky and from the ground. Up above, just like below, and I don't know where I should go. 'Cause I'm stuck in limbo. Cause I'm stuck in limbo. Cause I'm stuck in limbo.